from my perspective, there's a difference between native title and land title. And native title, when a community, for me, and my comprehension of it, is that it was brought about, the word native comes from the government. The governing body who holds and puts together a constitution that's outside of my jurisdiction, because my jurisdiction is the country here and our mob. And so the word native has a whole different meaning to it. But native title means that the government has recognised, so when they have a determination, it means that there's a big process that's put in place, or a step-by-step process that's put in place before native title is what they call determined. And the determination then comes to. So there's people and families on country that represent country. Say for instance, Waka Waka Cubby, or whatever country that you're talking about. When I say country, it could be Waka Waka country, it could be Cubby country or Unfinished country. And so there's families that come together, and then they go into a native title application to say that we're families and we have come from this land, we were born from this land, this is the land that our ancestors used to caretake and look after and custodians of. Interrupt me anytime you want. And from that perspective, then they go into a organisation which is a native title organisation or a native title corporate business, where there's people, Indigenous people that are there. And a lot of that comes from archaeologists and other people that are sort of say, well, hang on, the songline goes this way, songline goes that way, and whatnot. So once they determine who the families are, or families determine who they are within that country, and then they start putting it forth, there's more steps that are taken to the government to claim for that country to say that. So within the native title that's in the constitution, they call it, you are recognised, and then you have native title. But when you're given determination of a country, they recognise only that you are the people from that country. So you are the people that we say, or the judge says, we recognise that the Waka Waka or the Dinnawhan or the Cubby people are from that country. But it does not give you, and it's determined, and it's all put on paper, and it's put into a constitution, or into the act, or wherever, in the government department, which I call the square, and I'll get into that in a minute, which is how they operate, to say, well, we've determined that those mob out there are the custodians of that country. But hang on, we only recognise that you are from that country. You don't have any rights on that country. You can't claim businesses on that country. You can't, as in like whoever's living on that country there, you can't claim from other businesses, because the country's already been occupied long time. The native title's coming a long time, but it's a word that they've used. It's not a sovereign word, it's not part of the sovereign movement. The other thing is, that I'm aware of, the other thing is that when you have, so you don't really have rights. You can go and, I think it's, I'll leave it with Brother, just let me finish this a little bit, because he can tell you a little bit more about that. The difference between native title and land title is that you go and you buy the land, so you have a title, and you have what they call ownership over that land. So whoever buys it has rights because they have certain rights on that country. But when you have native title and somebody has land that they bought, that overrides the native title, because you can't, from the government's perspective, not from a sovereign perspective, from a government's perspective. So that's that little bit of difference there. It's a big thing, and you're talking to us about a constitution where they planted their own constitution on a country that's not theirs for a start, and where there's already a law that has been in existence within our cultural law and law, the divine and natural law, the laws that's on within nature, that whole thing. I won't elaborate too much on that, but you just wanted to know a little bit about that.